Hello everyone, we are Eco Elections from Maynooth University and we want to make sustainability your number one vote. I'm Leo and I'm starting off this presentation. Before we get into the project itself, here is an overview of the presentation. We will first meet the team behind Eco Elections before giving an overview of the project. The problems and the solution will then be discussed, followed by a discussion on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We will then talk about the target demographics, the research we conducted, and the impact this project has had, before discussing the future of the project and then finalising this presentation with the conclusion. Now, let's meet the team.
Hi, my name is Laura and I am the team leader. I'm a second-year marketing student and I've brought many strengths to our team, including great leadership and marketing skills.
Hi, I'm Conan and I'm a third-year product design student. I have various strengths including idea development and graphic creation skills.
Hi there, I'm Cassandra and I'm doing a PhD in environmental psychology. The strength I bring to the team is an extensive understanding of human behaviour in regards to people's attitudes towards the environment.
Hello everyone, my name is Hardeep and I study physics with astrophysics. I'm currently in first year.
Hi, I'm Alva and I'm a second year geography and international business student. I possess various strengths including creative thinking and a sound knowledge of sustainability.
Hi, it's Leo again. I am also a second year geography and international business student. My strengths include critical thinking and research skills. Next is Omar. Unfortunately, Omar is not able to present as we can only have 6 presenters. Omar is a third year biomedical science student who brings substantial research and problem solving skills to our team.
At Eco Elections, we are aiming to tackle the negative pollutive effects that the current form of political campaigns have on the surrounding environment. We will be discussing our durable, reusable solution to the current issue and showing how it combines a mix of hardware and software to achieve this.
Election posters are the problem that we at Eco Elections are trying to tackle. Traditional posters are financially, environmentally and socially unsustainable. The cost of election posters is astronomical. It is estimated that each poster costs between €4 to €6. In 2011, Fine Gael spent €178,000 on posters alone. In 2014, it was estimated that over 600,000 posters were used in the local elections. As well as the financial costs, environmental costs also apply to election posters. It is estimated that each poster has a life expectancy of at least 400 years. The degrading process also releases chemicals that are harmful to the surrounding environment. Election posters also represent larger scale social injustices. Access to funding to purchase posters means certain smaller or underfunded candidates do not gain the same exposure as those with larger financial support. This allows for those in power to stay in power unchallenged by new competition.
Unlike traditional posters in that they are single-use due to the expiring nature of their imagery and their non-durable construction, we aim to provide a QR code-faced aluminium plate which is durable and corrosion resistant. At the end of the AL plate's life cycle, it can be effectively recycled, being made from one of the most recyclable materials on the planet, aluminium. Unlike the corryboard posters which fall off in high winds or from vandalism, this plate will be securely attached to the pole with a built-in, inexpensive, hose clamp style fitting. Due to the durability, combined with the QR code method of campaigning, at the end of the electoral period, this plate can be simply put into storage for use in the next election. When the time comes, all that needs to be done is to update the QR code link to the new website or information source. To use, the user simply points their phone camera at the QR code and clicks to open the website. On this site will be all the relevant information regarding the party whose poster was scanned. Alternatively, if a generalized government plate is scanned, all candidates who are running in the area and their information can be viewed. By having a more generalized QR code, this means there is less necessity for an excess of posters each showing individual candidates. This also means that people who are less informed about their candidates will not simply choose one in the election based on them being the most familiar face because they were able to afford the most posters. In the initial launch year of this project, we believe a scheme which offers people a small reward for having scanned a QR plate will encourage people to try out this new method. As a result, we hope that they will become more informed than they otherwise would have been, and that this will become a natural part of their election process in the future.
Consideration of the Sustainable Development Goals was important to us while creating our solution. The Alplate directly applies to 7 of the 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals. The reduction in inequalities within the political sphere is a welcome change. Financial pressures associated with posters is unfair, especially on smaller parties and independents. Larger parties who have access to greater funding can afford more posters and therefore gain more exposure. This social inequality will be reduced with the Alplate. The Alplate will also aid in creating more sustainable communities and cities. The elimination of unwanted posters in urban areas is welcomed in terms of reduction of litter and waste. The Alplate will also be responsibly produced and consumed, ensuring that they are environmentally equitable. Reduction of waste and prevention of future waste generation will help biodiversity both on land and underwater. Pollution associated with waste is harmful. The recyclable Alplate will lessen the impact of this. The accessibility provided by Alplates to political candidates will also promote responsible, inclusive, participatory and representative decision making at all levels.
Target demographic. We will be targeting those involved with Maynooth University elections such as MSU executives and student senate nominees and representatives. MSU ran a paper-free campaign. This focus on a greener campaign is the perfect willing demographic to target to begin the implementation of our product. Once further established, we will look to targeting general and local election candidates, poster-free towns and tidy towns. Persona 1 would fall into the first stage of targeting, a young student running for Student Senate who desires to run a paper-free campaign due to being concerned with their environmental impact. They are only students, so capital is not readily available. Due to this, they need a low-cost alternative. Persona 2, a politician running for a seat in Parliament. They are from a poster-free constituency and need an alternative form of campaigning. This politician supports the digitalisation of elections because he believes it will encourage a younger demographic to vote.
Thank you, Laura. For our research, we had to answer a few questions for our project. And these are: what are election papers made of? Why we use them? Do they achieve that goal? Is the way they use to achieve the goal eco-friendly? And what does the public want? Most election posters are made of a thin corrugated plastic sheet. It is made of polypropylene, which is well known for its durability, hence why candidates use them. Posters, according to the journal.ie, are used to promote the specific candidate to the public and maximize the number of votes they gain based on the brand and facial recognition. To answer this question, let's take the example of Kieran McCarthy, who won his local elections in Cork City again and reclaimed his position as the independent councillor without hanging any posters promoting himself. The environmental side effects of election posters have already been referred in this presentation, but those are not the only environmental issues caused. Back in 2014, the whole process of creating and hanging the posters produced 366 tons of carbon dioxide, and from the image here you can see how this looks visually. This question can be answered by this poll we found on the journal.ie called "Should election posters be scrapped?" And these are their results so far. Almost 14,000 people voted for yes, while 1,300 people voted for no, and the remaining 200 votes were unsure of which one to pick. This really reminds me of something one of our business advisors cleared out in one of our ABLO meetings. If the trend is moving away from the posters, then the politicians have to come up with an alternative, and we are going to fill this need.
Our impact. Due to the early stage of the project, our initial impact has been educating people on sustainability, single-use plastics, election posters, how to be less wasteful, and how to run paper-free campaigns. On Instagram, we regularly post tips and tricks on how to be less wasteful and statistics to educate and motivate people on the necessity of being more sustainable. We also ran a quiz on the Instagram page where we had 40 plus people interact with our quiz and educate themselves. We spoke with Kieran, a final year politics student in UCC, about our product, and he's a strong believer in the potential of the product, assuring us this is a tool I would 100% use in my own campaign. Kieran hopes to one day run for a seat in Parliament. We passed on information about running a sustainable campaign to Kieran, which we learned from MSU. Our goal at this early stage of the project was to educate people to lay the groundwork of understanding the need for sustainable change.
Thank you so much, Laura. So for our plans and our future, we are hoping to achieve the following. In year 1, which is this year, we came up with our product, which is a solution to the problem we chose to solve. In year 2, we are planning to distribute the L plates across our university. Year 3 is going to be when we will focus on councils, tidy towns, and more to support our product. In year 4, hopefully, L plates will be displayed all across Ireland. And lastly, year 5 is when our product will be used widely.
Thanks, Hardeep. There's no argument from what we've already presented to you that election posters have had a negative environmental and financial impact throughout the years. While there's no legal requirement for posters to be erected in the lead up to an election, our roads and hometowns are still lined with these unsightly additions. Our L-plate solution will bring a sustainable future to election campaigns, while still offering political parties the opportunity to promote themselves and their objectives. This will create a balanced and environmentally conscious election. We at Eco Elections want to make sustainability your number one vote. Thanks for listening.